Hello and welcome to day 10 of our autumn art series. And guess what? It is the last full week of September. Can anybody believe that? You know what? It looks like I took out a page. I promise I didn't. I would tell you if I took out a page, but okay, so we are painting this lovely little stem of leaves today, and we've got another quick win. I love a quick win for you and for me. So let's just dive right in. And our first order of business is adding a stem. And I'm using burnt umber for this. You can do this a couple ways. If you can be light to the touch, just use brown paint like I'm doing. You can see I'm very careful with it. I'm like skipping lines because I tend to like smush my paintbrush into the paper and then it doesn't look very delicate like I want my stems to look. And I wanted one more, so I'm just going to extend that stem and put this little twiggy thing right there. And the other way you can do it that might give a little more control is using a brown waterproof pen. And I let the brown completely dry before I'm bringing in some yellow ochre and just doing kind of basically the shape of a football and filling that in and doing the same over here. Now, for my paper that I love, you know I love the sketchbook. However, it does drink my water up really fast. So I don't have, I guess, the luxury, whatever, to just paint all the leaves because these top ones will be dry by the time I get back up to them. So while these yellow ochre leaves are still wet, I'm putting in some burnt sienna, just dabbing it in. And I'm going to do it 3 more times if you missed that when I was babbling. And just doing another one here. That one doesn't look too much like a football, does it? Some of them look like footballs and some of them look like teardrops. So whatever. But yeah, we're going to do these 2 leaves next. And yellow ochre, you can use, if you want brighter colors, if you want reds and oranges and yellows, that's great. I just was kind of in the mood for more just earthy tones today. So adding in that burnt sienna, coming down here with yellow ochre for our final little leaf. And we're going to just do the same thing we did for the rest. And while this is still wet, that's the thing, I'm not letting anything dry. I'm just going to bring in and tap in my burnt sienna and just adding some color variation in there, and I just think it looks really pretty. You might think this is so boring and need those bright colors, but sometimes, yeah, it's just soothing to me to have earth tones and just more natural looking things. Now, everything is actually staying fairly wet. I'm trying to find the wet spots in those upper ones. I've got burnt umber on my brush now, and I'm just going in and putting in these little dots, whatever they are. It's just kind of like the aging leaves that have fallen off the tree, and I am just adding those little dots because I think they're very cool. And I get a little carried away with some of them, but that's okay because we can always fix it. Like right here, immediate regret. But you just hold tight. I'm going to fix that here. This painting is actually very relaxing to do because you can see it is just a bunch of repetition, and yeah, it was just very enjoyable for me. So I've cleaned off my brush and I'm going to clean it off more and then also wipe it on my paper towel so that there's not a lot of water in it. And I'm going to come in here and just blend those dots in there because I did not like those one bit. I was just going to kind of lift them a little bit, but I thought, yeah, let's just blend them out. And yeah, just tweak it. But we're not going for perfection of any sort here. Just experiment with it and don't be afraid to try something new. All right, speeding you up because I'm just putting water on my paper right now to fill in my background. I'm going to slow it down here a little bit to just kind of show you the pace that I go when I am painting in this background. And I've mixed together 2 colors, Winsor blue and black, to achieve this color, which I just love, and just filling that in. I'm speeding up the background because you guys, I just feel like it would be so boring to sit here and watch me do this at that pace. So you can always pause if you're painting along. And I love this vibrant color. It's going to dry a lot lighter. See? So if you wanted it to be more vibrant still, you could add another layer. But I just decided to leave it this nice color of blue. And now I'm coming in with a micron size 5 in brown. You could use black, no problem. And I'm just going to be scratching in the outlines. I love the line and wash. I think it just adds extra whimsy. It also adds some fun details and it kind of just makes it look like you sketched this out and then painted it in. I don't know. That's what I think anyway. But yeah, we're just scratching in. We're not looking for perfect lines. In fact, I think the natural lines and scratchy lines just make it feel even more organic. You can see that I am very roughly outlining our leaves and just having fun with it. And to keep this video moving along, just gonna speed it up because we're just repeating the same thing on the other side. And that's it. Another quick win that I hope you enjoy. Oh, and in case you're wondering how long the video would have been had I not sped it up, it took me about 10 minutes to do, so not too bad. I did use my little hand dryer, so if you don't have one of those, it'll take longer when you're letting things dry in between, but I hope you have fun and join me on Wednesday for day 11.